Good morning, everyone. So today is July the 2nd. Let's do a quick market update and see what happened since yesterday. Actually, we've drawn some levels. Yeah, I was expecting a retest of that level to dump before the dump, but the dump was stronger than expected. We dumped right away, actually. There was no reaction on this level. We actually broke it directly. So this is BTC, okay? We retested it briefly, but then we have bounced nicely on the 9,900. Okay, so this is this zone that we have here, 9,000, basically right below 10,000, has had a nice pullback this morning of 5% up. So hopefully the bear mitigation is going to the bear trend is going to be a bit somewhat mitigated for the forthcoming futures. Let's just have a look as well at that. So here we can also see that this dump on lower time frame is happening in a falling wedge form, which will expect us to potentially come back and retest the 11 or even come back and retest the 11,500 levels if we were to come back up. Right now they're still so let's have a look at the index, not just on one exchange, the price on one exchange. I want to look at the index to look at how the volume has been. So if we look at the 4-hour candles, we can see that the dump has been on lower volume, which is also bullish. It still feels like we need to come back and retest these levels here at now 9,300. When I look at this chart on the 4-hour, that could be somewhat an expected level to reach, even if it's just 1 week and then one little candle and bought back right away. So basically, unless you leave orders here, there's no way to get in. But yeah, I mean, the bear trend is the correction is happening as we discussed. We are just at 30% correction, which is a norm for Bitcoin. Usually it's between 20 to 40%. So 30 is great. We could expect, basically when I see that on higher time frame, say 6 hours, you could expect more shockwave basically. So ping ponging between 11 to 9.4 max and shockwaving like that. Probably actually, if I wanted to look at that here, what I expect is even a higher move up, then a pong like that, and then a continuation to the uptrend. But still not worried about the price action for macro view. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and crypto in general. Alts though I've had a different reaction. So let's look at ETH. So this is thought we did some drawings yesterday. No. Okay. So anyway, so if we look at the daily, so the daily ETH has pulled back as well. It's just a little bounce. So basically, that's to offset the fact that BTC went down if BTC went up, but you still lost dollars in USD terms, okay? Because if USD, it's at a nice support here, right? If USD, it's at the support here, so it's a nice risk-adjusted entry as well if you wanted to take a long on ETH. It's also going down in a wedge formation, which is a bullish structure. So here you could expect to come back and retest the 320 level. Just looking at that. Another one that I think has done well in the large cap was BNB. So we had a pretty solid bounce of about 20%. And just yesterday, if we were to just on the day of yesterday, so this is a bearish mitigation block that's been broken on the upside. So here that was currently a resistance. We broke it yesterday, very powerful break of what was that? 10%, and now we're just retesting it. I hope that this candle in 42 minutes will close above that, and then we can expect continuation on the upside. So because looking at BNB, if we take a step back, we were discussing to have potentially a little bounce in this zone. I mean, the market is in correction, but nothing really to be worried about. If you have long-term view bullish on crypto, I think this is pretty solid risk-adjusted entry. So like, let's look at a chart that doesn't have so much line. I think entering anywhere, you know, below 10,000 or even, you know, yeah, below 10,000. So from here to 9,400 is solid entries for long term. Given we expect another retest of the 15K in the coming months or two. Historically, there's also something to look at, is that there are some fractals that are in play. You know, 27, you know, every 2 years, basically markets tend to repeat themselves. Okay, so 2017. Where is 2017? So this is 2017. Yeah. Okay, so 2017 is here. This is March. Let me go on the daily. It's going to be easier. Okay, so 2017 started here. You know, we had the bull run for the whole year. We can see that July was also a big dip. Okay, we had a big dump of 36%, and after market continued to go up, we had another drop in September of 40%, and then it continues. So here it seems like July are kind of a very bearish months for Bitcoin. You could expect another. You know, I basically expect the same structure for the whole year, just to keep it simple. December are the months of reversing, as we saw. You know, December 2017, December 2018. You know, nearly to the day, you get the reversals. Here we get the pullback in July, which is fine, and then we will have nice uptrend continuation. In terms of alts, I haven't looked so much into the alt market, given that I'm not so bullish on alts in general at this point. One that could have been interesting, I was just looking here, is EOS. So it retested the support 3 times, similar to BTC, to ETH and Ripple, really. You know, they had support, they are bouncing. Let's see where the bounce can take off. For EOS in particular, that could at least come to retest this resistance zone, which will be 10% from where we are. That would be the first target for upside if it were to bounce hard. But yeah, that's really all I can say. Yeah, one that has done well recently as well was Holochain. It did a nice 40%. I think there was some fundamental news, like they released a few things, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today, really. I mean, all eyes on BTC. It's kind of, the alts are just moving according to what BTC does. And if you wanted to have a different perspective on that, let me show you this little screen here. Just 1 second. That's basically summarize everything that's happening, so you get a very clear understanding of where we're at. So like this morning, for example, we had a little pump at. So it started at what time? It started at the 5% move up. It started at 10 a.m. Europe, and so if we come here, we can basically see which alt is the strongest. So that was just very recently. Okay, this is the 1 minute chart. Okay, so you can see that BTC has made a 4% move up since 10 a.m. Okay, and BNB is the one that has retraced the most. So it's currently the weakest in the group. EOS is the stronger. Okay, so that's why we're also looking at EOS just now. It's also because it seems to be doing okay versus the rest. If we want to look at alts in general versus the broader longer time frame, so we can also look at this chart starting from 26 at 10 p.m. That could give a nice overview of what's happening as well. So 26, just 1 second. Let's go on the hourly chart to unzoom a bit more. Yeah. So basically, since the top, okay, so 26, 10 p.m. We will see very, very quickly which alt have done the best. Okay, so right there. So when BTC started to drop from the top, the drop of 25%. Actually, overall, even though BNB is currently making a pullback stronger than the rest, as we saw, you know, this 5% drop is stronger than the other drops that are happening. BNB is actually the stronger overall. Okay, So that's something to keep in mind. Like, it's probably a good risk-adjusted entry. And as we saw, because BNB is probably going to range for a little bit, and because we're at the bottom of the range, that's why if you BNB BTC, let's go on there. If you like BNB, you could expect a retest of that level eventually. So so that's probably why it's a good risk-adjusted entry in terms of altcoins. But that's only if BTC doesn't really move up, because even if you hold a strong alt when BTC goes very directionally into either way, you will lose USD by holding alt. So even if you can earn a bit of BTC, and the rest have been basically just following each other. They are very, very similar returns in the pack. ETH very close to EOS. Ripple is where's Ripple is a little bit above, but they're all around 6%. These are the large caps that basically just all move together. So nothing really substantial to say, given they are so correlated at this point. When alt season will start, things will be different, but at this point, they're all moving in similar fashion. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to ask us any question in our Telegram channel, which is getting very active, and thank you guys for joining as well. Don't forget that this is not financial advice. You should do your own research, and see you tomorrow.